Welcome back to another great episode of Comedians in Bed. And as always, I'd like to give an introduction to our next guest, man. She's a straight shooter out in New York. She played no games. And I knew that when I seen her comedy because it's hilarious and it's straight the truth. But then I looked at her story the other day and the things she was saying to these Negroes on these text messages. Yeah, man, she the real deal. She is the real deal. And I'm glad that she's taken the time to be on the show here today. Please, everybody, welcome to the show, Allie Leftridge, everybody. What's good?
What up? Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Thanks for being on the podcast today. How's your day going so far?
Wonderful. I hung out with my mom today. Me and my mom are like this. Like she's the shit. So we got some tacos for lunch, and then we went shopping, and then I came home, and now I'm here.
Is it the type of mom daughter relationship where you guys are talking like 3 times a day? Like you guys are always with each other for the most part?
Well, not always with each other because she lives like an hour away, and
Okay.
like we both have busy schedules, but we see each other, pretty much every other week or every week if we can. But like right now, we're seeing each other a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, that's what's up. How does your mom feel about you doing comedy?
I mean, I've been doing it for 9 years, so
Yeah.
I'm in it. I'm deep in it. So she's glad that I'm able to have a voice and do what I love.
Right. I just realized this. You got dreads. How long have you had your locks?
7 years.
I used to have locks too. I had mine for like 6 years. And then like I already got a bad hairline. It was already taken back further. So I was like, let's just cut it off.
I was about to say, you need more people, nigga, because the way your hairline is running away from your goddamn forehead, I don't believe you. Shit, would you have one dread? Shit. Yeah.
See, my dad blessed me with that, and I don't. That's why we don't like each other.
That's why? Okay.
It'll do it, right? Like that's enough reason. Like my dad got I think I actually get this from my mom's side, if I gotta be honest.
Oh damn.
My dad got a nice hairline, but my mom's hairline is cool. But see, that's the thing though. I could never date a girl with a receding hairline. It just wouldn't work.
Yeah, because then your kid's gonna come out just with alopecia, just too many fucking issues. I be trying to tell people, you really gotta be careful with who you lay in bed with. Like, bitches just be having babies. Niggas just be having babies. Like, people out here got bad genes. Like, Nick Cannon has lupus, and he's just birthing 8 million babies a week. Like, that nigga has money, but he has bad genes.
My fault. I didn't want to spit it out. That is really a good point. He really do. Like,
he almost died like 3 times.
Would you date a dude that got money, but he got like sickle cell or something like that, like something that's uncurable? Like,
well, sickle cell, I forget how that works, but I think it would have to, well, at some point he would pass it down, actually. Yeah.
Yes. My stepmom actually has sickle cell. It's nothing to play with. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah. Now my homegirl has it too, and she be fucked up. So yeah, would I date a nigga with sickle cell? No.
It's a full-time job. Would you date anybody that was like ill or something like that?
I mean, I have a disease called PCOS. I talk about it a lot on stage and on my Instagram, polycystic ovarian syndrome. I just, take care of it. And it's like, I mean, it is in my family, but like, I mean, I guess I can't be judgmental, but at the same time, it's not something that's like really that debilitating or anything like that. Like, and it can possibly not be passed down too.
What is it? I've never heard of it before.
It's basically when you have cysts around your ovaries or on your ovaries, and they could be, there's all different types of signs and symptoms and all of that, but they could rupture. I had that. That's very painful. sometimes you can have hair loss, hair gain, weight loss, loss of appetite, um, um, what do you call it? Bloating, which I experience a lot, but I work out, so you can't really tell. What else? Sweats, like, so when women, so basically PCOS is almost like a symptom of premenopause, but it's just not, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm about to be 30 in February, so obviously I'm not menopausal, but the symptoms are that of a woman who would be premenopausal. So it's like hot flashes, like my pussy be sweating, my titties be sweating on a regular ass 30-degree Tuesday. No one knows why. That's why. Yeah, there's just all different types of signs and symptoms. When I first got diagnosed with it, y'all, I was burning 800 calories a night in my sleep. I would wake up drenched.
Sheesh.
Yep, I was waking up drenched, and then I started losing my hair. Now my hair grows a lot in places that I didn't know it could grow. But yeah,
Like the back of the kneecaps.
Yo, no, I haven't had it there. I'm not that hairy of a bitch, but my chin hairs are aggressive.
Them chin hairs be coming, but that could be just getting older. Cause like as I get older too, I realize that them peach feathers be coming in.
Well, you also probably eat ass. I could tell by the way your beard is set up. So when you eat ass, you get starts to connect and shit.
I just started eating booty.
I know, because you in a year-long fucking damn near married with the bitch. You better let me tell you something. How old are you?
31.
Oh yeah. No. Yes. You have to eat ass. When these younger boys, they don't know. They're like, oh, that's nasty. I don't eat ass. You're not gonna be in a long-term relationship if you're not eating some booty.
That is true. That's true. She's the first. That's the first pair of cheeks I ate.
And you know what? I bet you that she's a lovely lady. I bet you. I know.
I actually flipped the script. Now she's eating my ass.
I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so happy for you. And I'm so glad that you are sharing this with the world. Guys, it's not gay. That is your G-spot. Let me put my tongue on your booty hole.
That's the G-spot, man. You can get there one or two ways. You can get there by the outside of the gooch, or you can go inside. I prefer the first one,
Right.
Haven't tried the second one, but I prefer the first one because it gets me. I don't need to know.
I know. It's not gay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you sucking the dick, you deep throat, and bam, hit the balls, bam, gooch, bam, booty hole, bam. Just swipe it. If it's clean, get up in there, dude. Shit.
One night, she was tossing my salad. It was right here over there on this couch. And she was getting it. I'm a moaner. I don't care.
You look like it.
And she hit a spot, and I just jumped up. I don't know. She did something with that tongue. And I was like, whoa, stop. And the next thing I know, tears just came out my face. And
did you nut?
No, I didn't. That would have been the ultimate one.
Why did tears come out?
I have no idea. My eyes weren't even watery. It's just, I was like, whoa, I had to stop. I was like, is something's happening right now. It's too many emotions. We got to take a break.
Did it feel good?
It felt amazing. I think that's why I was crying. That's how good it was. She hit something. I was like, whoa. And the next thing you know, tears came out. And I was like, whoa, this is too much going on right now. I can't process everything. And I love her. And that's why she's getting a ring. That's why she is getting a ring. Because when I told her, I was like, this is going to be the first relationship. This is why this relationship has lasted this long. I was like, this is going to be the first relationship where I finally be a man. I finally be healthy. And I'm going to say exactly how I feel. And I was like, you know what? You're going to eat this ass. And if not, we're not meant to be together.
Period. I told somebody that and they was like, wow, so I'm not a grown man if I don't eat ass? No, you're not. Stop playing little boy games with grown women.
I got wipes on deck.
Hello. Fuck the wipes, nigga. All you gotta do. My friends know that I am a shower advocate. I always have extra towels that are clean. I have washcloths. I have soap. I'm never without. So if your booty stink, you could come up in here and dip it in the sink. That's it. It's a baby wipe. Yes, that's great. But if you got all day dick and ass, you could just jump in the shower.
On every social media platform that I have, I advocate for men's getting they booty tossed. It's time.
Yes, it's a thing. Like, enjoy yourself. It's not gay.
I think I've tried something new. I'll be texting her now. I'll be like, "So you gonna eat me out tonight?"
Um, um,
I'll be like, "Baby, you know what I really love, baby. I would love it if you would just eat me out tonight. I love that."
you could, nigga, that's gay. That's gay. That's fucking gay. Like, it's giving booty in the air. That's you. You a little gay, my nigga. It's a little bit.
I got no. I lay on the stomach. I lay on my stomach. How is she supposed to do it?
Okay, that's too much information. Oh my god. You know, are you like this with everyone, or do I have that soul that makes people comfortable? Because I feel like I have that soul that makes people comfortable. If people be sharing shit with me, and I'd be like, damn. Because that
like
shit
this.
right there, that is not how it's supposed to go. Nigga say he be on his stuff.
I'm like this with everybody for the most part. For the most part, unless like I don't feel comfortable with you, then I'm probably not gonna say nothing to you for real.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm weird like that, you know.
Okay.
So yeah. So what made you get on stage and was like, obviously you funny, but like what made you like, you know what, I want to do comedy?
You know, it's funny because I think I was 20 and I was dating this guy. He's super cool. I loved him. Like, he was a great guy. Like, I mean, he loved the fuck out of me and he just wanted me to be like a happy person. So he was like, yo, why don't you do comedy? Like, why don't you try stand up? You're mad funny. And I was just like, all right. And I just did it. And then I fell in love with it. But I actually stopped for a few years because I was still in college and I was playing ball. I'm a former Division I, D2 athlete. I was on a full scholarship, all of that. And I bombed once. And at the time, like, my ego, I couldn't handle it. So I stopped for like a couple years. And then once I graduated in 2016, I started up again.
Okay. What school did you go to?
First I went to University of New Hampshire, which is a mid-major D1 in Durham, New Hampshire, and then I went to Malloy University, which is a D2 in Long Island, but I had a full scholarship at both.
Okay. So you're from New York?
Yes, born and raised.
Okay. How is like the New York scene? Obviously, you know, it's the mecca of comedy and a lot of people, you know, when they want to test to see if they really got it, they head up that way. How is it? You born and raised there? How is the scene?
The comedy scene in New York is definitely oversaturated, but you know, if you can make your way here, you can make it anywhere. Um, it's nice because this is my home, so I've built up a nice fan base in most of the boroughs. And if you hear snoring, that's my 85-pound dog. He wants to be up next to me, so that's what that is. But yeah, I mean, comedy is comedy. You know, I pretty much hit the biggest stages in New York, except for the Cellar and the Stand at this point. So, you know, I've been making my way. It's been pretty dope. I love it. You know, I would love to move to another state and save money on rent and probably buy a crib and all of that. But like, you know, New York is where it's at for comedy. Even though, yes, I do have a day job still. You know, still, this gives me the opportunity to do what I love at nighttime.
Describe that hustle and that grind. Like you're in the busiest city of New York, you got a 9 to 5, and then Mike's, you know, going all night. Describe like that grind and like how do you do it too?
Well, so I have my bachelor's degree in political science with a minor in women's studies, and then I also have my master's degree in public administration. So I was taught to always make sure you have your education and work on your plan A, B, C, and D at the same time. So I work in the field of economic development as a grant specialist and loan underwriter for a national organization, and it's remote work, which is great because that also affords me the opportunity to travel and do comedy and like during the day if I want to go shoot something like Tuesday I shot something for Amazon Prime at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I could do that when I work from home. So the grind is definitely different because during the day I do have a day job, but like I have to be able to afford to take care of my animals, myself, my bills. Like you know what I'm saying? I have a car. I have I have a car because I help out with my grandparents who live not too far from me. You know, I take them to doctor's appointments and stuff like that. So and then I take care of my nephew, like so there's a lot of responsibilities that I have right now. So and comedy just doesn't pay the bills yet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What I mean, like, I'm definitely looking for remote work to get that more of that flexibility. It's easier to post material,
Yep.
while you're at home or shoot material
Yeah.
while you're at home. Do you ever find yourself like writing jokes while on the clock?
Oh, absolutely, all the time. Listen, my job, they love me. I've been here for like 2.5 years, and my main boss, the president, she comes see me perform. A couple of my coworkers have come to see me perform.
How is that? I mean, some have come see me too. Never a boss though. Like, is it a different alley? Like, what is that?
No, still raunchy, talking about my life, all of that. I don't give a fuck. She still, that's what she loves me. That's why they love me. But it doesn't matter what jokes I tell on stage. I still get the work done when I'm not on stage.
Right.
And I don't know. That's just it. Can you hear him snoring?
I just started hearing him, but he's totally fine.
You sure? Because I can move him into the other room.
No, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. It's your house. Yeah, you good. No, he's totally fine. So okay. So like, do you get nervous posting your material knowing that you're a representation of the company that you work for? Like, or is it?
Nah, it doesn't. There's no conflict of interest. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's always good. That's
Yeah.
always good. So like, okay, when you go to different states, different cities, how different are they from New York? Is it harder? Is it easier for you?
So when I first performed in LA, back in March, this is my first time visiting LA. I I didn't bomb my first set, but I didn't do as great because like you could be rah rah with New Yorkers because New Yorkers expect that, they're used to that. LA is more like you got to tickle their clitoris a little bit first.
Mhm.
So that I learned that quickly. And I'm always good when I go to LA because I have some friends in high places over there, so they always look out for me. Shout out to Nichelle Murdoch over at the store. She's amazing. I love her, and she runs an amazing show every Thursday, in the belly room. And shout out to CP. To hear more, you guys always make sure I'm good when I go out there. I love y'all. They're so awesome. Like it's really dope to have Black men in comedy who look out for you. That's huge, huge.
How important is that to not just specifically to you, but like Black women all over that's doing comedy?
Oh, it's so important because for instance, like me and Tahir actually met on like Instagram like 5 years ago or something like that. And he wasn't like trying to slide in my DMs. He was just like, yo, I love your work, blah, blah. I'm coming to New York. And then that's how we became friends. And he's like a brother to me. And it's important for that because as Black folk, we can't be against each other. We got to be together. And just like having somebody that's like your actual friend and you met them through comedy, they're gonna look out for you, they're older than you. Like it's just so important. There's so much misrepresentation of Black and brown um men and women on in the media, and just having someone look out for you or looking out for your people is huge. You know what I'm saying? It breaks those stereotypes that we're against each other. And I think you get further in life when you band together with your people. So he's somebody that I really appreciate. I really look up to him. I know I could talk to him about anything from personal to regular comedy shit. So I pray that every comedian, Black, whatever, has that at some point in their career.
Yeah. How do you decipher like this is just a comedian friend between like a real friend?
Oh, that's easy. Like you could just it's you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like it's just like a feeling. I mean, we're as comedians, you have to read rooms, right? You
Hmm.
you read a person's energy,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, like and how they treat you and how you speak to them. Like, are they giving you the real spill or are they giving you surface level shit?
Hmm. Hmm.
You know,
So when you go like to these different states and cities and stuff like that, does your material change? Do you keep it still New York based, or like how do you come up with that material for that
my
particular
jokes
spot?
ain't even really about New York. Like if I'm in like a crowd, you know, every now and then I might make a joke, like a local joke, but like my jokes are pretty universal, you know, talking about school, talking about dating, talking about, you know, my father, you know, relatable that one thing comedian CT, not CP, CT told me was funny is funny. So it don't matter the room, it don't matter the color, it don't matter the socioeconomic background, it don't matter what party they vote for. Funny is funny, and that's a fact.
Yeah, yeah. So you mentioned that you were hit every pretty much every room in New York. I'm noticing like as I start to travel around because we only have one comedy club here. Um,
Where are you going? You said Columbus.
yeah,
Oh, so you got the funny bone.
yeah. But what I've noticed is like when when I started to travel, like I'm seeing like I guess you could call them like independent clubs, um, like the smaller clubs. How for like a city like New York, how do you work your way up from okay, we're going to bar shows and now we're going to these independent clubs and now we're going to these bigger clubs? Like how does that climbing that ladder work in such a huge market like that?
One, you got to know people. Everything is about who you know. Okay, I say that. It's like 90% who you know, 5% talent, 5% hustle. Some people might disagree, but I don't know. I think it's that. But it's about who you know, and you know, it's you know your talent. You have to keep writing all of that. For me, how I got into New York Comedy Club is a lovely, lovely, lovely woman who is no longer there, Amy Hawthorne. I auditioned and she passed me. So I have been passed for I don't know how many years now, but even once you get passed at a club, you got to move up the ranks in that too. So like you get 5 minutes here, you get 5 minutes there on the regular show, and then on this you do late night. Then from late night you get 10 minutes, and then you're on the regular show. From that you get 15 minutes, then you're on the from that 20 minutes. Blah, blah, blah. Like you know what I'm saying? Your pay changes, your time changes, everything, and you get booted out as quickly as you got in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So here we don't do nothing like that. So I heard what you said, but like I don't understand. So like for
Yeah.
somebody that wants to move to New York and we don't have that type of system, what like I mean I knew like some of you guys like audition, but like what is that like process like? Like what is the audition like?
I don't even know anymore because that was so long ago. I would have to ask. People always ask me every time they come to New York, hey, can you get me a spot in your comedy club? And like to be honest with you, like if you're not really a big name comic, I can't.
Yeah.
And even if you are a big name comic, like it's tough, you know? So you really have to know somebody that knows somebody. Like
Yeah.
really got to be well connected. That's another thing. But usually you can't just like go into a main club, a major club. You have to like pay your dues, basically.
So it seems like you have the audition and then after the audition you get a regular. So with the regular, because like I said out here we don't have anything like that. I mean, we have something close, but so like are you getting paid regularly too? Or
Damn,
that
how
depends
is
on
it?
what level you at.
Well, I get paid, right? I get paid all the time now, but I'm trying to think. When I first started, I don't think we got paid for our 5 minute spots now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah, it's
now,
so
yeah.
yeah, it's so different up here. It's kind of like a
Hey,
system, but it's like an unofficial system.
okay.
You just kind of got to know somebody and then they'll like look at you at an open mic, at one
Yeah.
of the open mics for like a hosting spot, and then from there you host, and then but once you get
Um,
on, and then you become what it seems like is you become a feature and then after that, you can feature at all the different funny bones in Ohio, and then after that, I don't know what's after that, to be honest with you. So, but yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely different for sure.
I
Definitely
need to
different.
come out to Ohio because I'm connected in the Funny Bone. I'll be there. I'll be at the Funny Bone in Albany on December 16th.
Okay, okay.
That'll be my third time there.
So is that like so? Obviously, comedy is something you want to do like full time. Like as you continue to work your way up the ranks, and you're starting to travel out of the state more. Like, what is like? I don't want to necessarily say the end goal, but like, what's like the next big step for you? Like the next big hurdle that you want to get over?
Obviously, I want to get into the comedy cellar. That's a big thing, obviously. And I want to get into more acting, which I've already been doing. So, like, if I could get a good role, but also I would like for one of these big name comics to take me on tour with them as well.
Why acting?
Um, I'm not bad at it. Like, it's a natural progression when you're doing comedy. Anyways, you go into acting. I think it would be fun. It's lucrative if you do it right. Obviously, you know the right people. Yeah, why not? Okay.
Yeah,
But my love and passion is being on stage. I love being on stage.
yeah. I always tell people to like try to find a different avenue to express your funny because acting is a good avenue to do that because when you learn how to act, you can take those skills and apply it to being on stage to help you
Yep.
like land a joke.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so so you did text me. I mean, not text me, but we did talk. You was like, hey, I got to reschedule because I had a modeling gig. So are you really modeling, or is this like acting modeling, like where you do like a hand commercial or something like that?
No, I was just, there's this men's organization in New York City and they needed a pretty woman to pin the men. So
Oh,
I
okay,
had
okay.
a gown and I posted the pictures to Instagram.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, ha, what's going on, man? We 30. We don't
Excuse
got
me?
we. I said, what's going on? We're 30.
No.
We
No, that's not a
30.
we. I'm
Oh,
not
that's
30
right.
yet.
You're not 30. You're 29.
Yes, let me enjoy the last couple of months of being 29. Niggas always want to round up. This isn't money, my nigga. This is age. This is my life.
How many months do we got till we turn 30? Because if it's
I
next
turned
month,
30 on February 14th. So
okay.
pump your brakes. Pump 'em. Jesus.
30s aren't bad. I don't know if it's just because of where I'm at in life, but it just give you more of a hustle. Like it's like, all right, we gotta get stuff established. If you don't got it established now, at least that's what I've been
Yes.
experiencing. I was pretty nervous about it at first, but it's not bad. It's just strange, like actually becoming an adult, if you know what I mean by that.
Oh
It's really
yeah,
strange.
no, I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I September I was named my university's 30 most successful under 30. And I'm like, oh, we at that time. Because I'm mid-level in my career, my daytime job and doing comedy.
Yeah.
I've been, so it's like, oh shit, we at that.
So I was where I was going was, man, what so I didn't listen to I don't know what I was doing. I just read the text messages, but I didn't hear like the commentary that you had to go with it. Like, what happened? Like the one you posted with oh dude, and I guess he wanted to hang out or whatever, and you was like, nah, or something like that. It was a couple days ago.
I said no. Oh, that nigga. Oh, okay. So, oh, I'm so glad you brought this up. So, just a disclaimer, right? There are women who have experienced a lot of traumas, sexual assault, sexual harassment, rape, whatever you want to call it, just a regular assault, a lot of different things, right? And that comes from a lot of that, there's a lot of fear around that. Um, and a few months ago, I was actually a victim of a violent crime by a man as well. And when I was growing up, I kind of had a low self-esteem. And so I would kind of just like let guys treat me any old type of way. Um, and even if I really wasn't attracted to a guy, I was like, well, he's showing me some type of attention. So let me just give him attention back. I am not in that season of my life. I know that I'm beautiful. I know that I'm worthy. I know that I'm intelligent and I love myself, right? So meeting this young man and him sitting here telling me about how much he likes me and all of that is cool. But my nigga, I'm not physically attracted to you. And I have every right to say that. I don't have to give you a chance and be like, oh, maybe you're nice inside. No, nigga, I'm not attracted to you. You're short. I don't want it. And your face isn't cute. I didn't say that. I just said I'm not interested. And he's like, damn, you didn't even give me a chance. I don't like you anyways. I'm like, nigga, you just told me I had brown, silky cocoa skin. Stop lying. And those are the issues. He's from the Bronx too, but that's neither here nor there. But ladies, we don't have to put our feelings to the side to make these niggas feel comfortable. We're not, that is 2022. I'm not doing it anymore. No, I don't find you attractive. I don't want to see what your personality looks like. I don't want to see if you got that thing hanging. I don't care. You're not cute on the outside. I'm not doing it. I'm a bad bitch. Stop playing with me. Play with somebody else's daughter.
I was waiting for you to add a period, but
I didn't need to. The mic allowed me. I didn't need to.
So I think a couple, when I like college, like 2010, 2009, whatever that was, I would get on Twitter and the text messages that you posted. I seen those text messages similar to things on Twitter, and I didn't know that guys like text like that or thought like that, and I was like, you know what, to be broke than to be that type of dude right there. I think it's the audacity to say
yes,
because they always give you like a compliment, and then when you turn them down, they always be like, so you didn't want a good guy? Like that's you good night. Like they add the extra good night. Like you just told me good night the last text messages. I'm confused.
exactly. Like it's so like and men in New York, like he's a Bronx nigga, hood nigga. Like they're aggressive, and yes, we are aggressive too as New York women. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even gonna dispute that, but like, bro, no means no. I'm not interested. Like, you don't have to inquire. Can I ask why? No, don't ask. Just be like, okay, no problem. If I said it nicely, and you know what the thing is, like, I don't even know how to. No, I said it nice. I said, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in that. And now it's like, it's so funny because my homegirl, she was like, well, maybe you should tell him, why are you being a little bitch about being rejected? I was like, that's my neighbor. He could shoot me. Hold on. The gun laws in New York City changed, and these niggas is toting guns. You don't know anything about that in Ohio because you guys are born with guns in your diapers.
Yeah. I think guys can't accept rejection because our dads weren't there to like teach us how. So.
That's some people's reasoning. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. But it's like, I'm tired of niggas trying to like put me in uncomfortable situations, putting hands on me. Like I always say, like the next nigga that puts his hands on me, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Yeah. I will say that I think, and I didn't think about this. I was listening to it on the Breakfast Club. I listen to the Breakfast Club every day. A guy did call in and he was like, I just want to know like what was wrong with me so that I could know for the next person I could get it right or whatever. And it was like, should I text her or should I not? And he was like, I forgot what he said, but sometimes that may be what they be trying to do, but I'm not sure.
I get that, but like for me, if I don't know a person, right, and they say they're not interested in getting to know me, that means that they're not physically attracted to me, or they got something else going on, right? Mm-hmm. That's what because it's all you have is your physical right now representation, right. And his physical representation is just not enough for me. Like, nigga, you're not gonna climb this tree. Yeah. You're just not.
Wait. Oh yeah, I forgot. You did say you play basketball. So how tall are you?
I'm 5'10" now. I was 5'7" in college.
Okay. Yeah, no, yeah. No, you
So
have
I
a
grew after college. So I currently play semi-pro basketball. Play for the I play in the women's ABA, the WABA. It's a national league. It's a good time. I love it.
okay, so how do you find time to just relax? Like you do a lot. You helping family, you taking care of family, you got a job, you traveling, like
No, I find plenty of time to relax. I mean, like, especially working from home, like, I'll try to nap after I work out or something like that.
yeah. But no, I think you have a right to say you don't want to date a shorter person. You're 5'10". I just don't like when women shorter than me say they don't want to date a shorter man.
Like, what do you mean?
Although that's her preference and she has the right to have her preference, but it's just like you're not even taller than me. But
How
I don't
tall
I
are
don't
you?
get I'm only 5'5.5".
Oh, you a pocket size nigga. See, that's my thing. My worry about a small nigga is like anybody could just swoop you up and just take you away. I don't have time for that. I
That
want
is
to know where my nigga is at.
that's true. But like if you got thick legs or strong legs, ain't nobody about to take you nowhere. Cause short dudes is running backs. Running backs got
Yeah,
legs and they running over people.
yeah. You 5'5". How tall is your girl?
Ooh, she tricked me. See, listen, when we first met, right, she would wear heels all the time, so I didn't really like pay attention, like thinking about her height. But then like we had stopped talking for a period of time, like lost contact. We got back together, or whatever. And she wasn't even wearing heels no more. So I asked her, I'm like, "How tall are you?" And she was like 4'11". I was like,
Oh,
"Am I dating a little person? Like
yeah.
you have you went to the doctor to make sure you're medically clear? Like I don't." So yeah, our kid's gonna be short. It's ain't no way around it. Ain't no
That's
way
my
around
thing too. Like, I want my kids to have scholarships. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it.
I'm not. I mean, yeah, they can have a scholarship with their brain or whatever. But I want to be some NCAA athletes. I
But
can't
see,
be with a kid with bad genes.
you for sure gonna have tall kids. It just be the women that's like 5'2" saying they want somebody over 6 foot because they think they gonna have tall kids, and that's not guaranteed.
Yeah,
Like
that's crazy. No, bitches, I hate that shit. Like, no, you gotta be 5'10" or taller. Bitch, you are 4'11" and a half. You are a midget. I bet you your girl ass fat too. Midgets always got big plumpy booty.
yeah,
Yup.
big head. Yeah, big
Yup.
head.
Oh damn. She probably sit down. When she sit down, she taller, ain't she?
Love that little person, man. Love that
I
little
love
person.
that for you. That's amazing.
Uh, all right, so now you've been doing comedy for 9 years, like, and you've been in New York. You're in the heat of it all. When do you know it's time to like put something out there that can last, like a comedy album, a comedy special? Like, when do you know it's time to make that jump?
Um, I don't know. I'm still learning. I know. I think it's when like you got a solid, like when you got your solid hour together. Like, okay, I'm gonna do my special.
Yeah.
One of my homeboys is working on his hour right now. He's just like going, gunning every night, 10, 20, 15, 30 minutes, whatever. Um, so we can get it right in tight. So we just try different material. Like right now, I want to be shooting a special at some point soon. You know what I'm saying? I've been in it for a while. So it's time to drop some OD fire fuego heat. But you have to have a good following. You got to make sure your shit's on point. You got to make sure your shit hits.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
it's just preparedness. You have to be on point. You have to be performing like every fucking day.
So when you have these time spots at New York Comedy Club, so are you going up there like doing new jokes? Like, are you doing new jokes every night? Like, because I'm in
No,
Columbus, we don't have as many mics like that, and we
right.
don't, the comedy club ain't really like they only doing like headliners on the weekend. So like, what is that like? Are you trying new stuff? Like, what's that process like?
Yeah, I do try new stuff. Every night, not every night. It depends on the night. And then also one of my specialties is crowd work. So like I like to weave in between my material and fuck with the crowd because if you're doing 10, 15-minute sets, people lose interest at some point. So you got to keep them engaged. I like to keep them engaged.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That's my go-to. I like doing crowd work, especially up there for like the first 5 minutes. Sometimes I'll do sets and I just be like, it's all crowd work. It just depends on
yeah,
how I'm feeling, for real or the
it
venue.
depends on the crowd. Like niggery crowds, you definitely gotta do some crowd work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So who have I asked anybody this? I think I have. Um, who is on your Mount Comedy Rushmore?
Oh,
I said your Mount Comedy Rushmore. Who is on your comedy Mount
Comedy
Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore. It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah, I'm high.
I heard the air is different over there. Dave Chappelle, Eddie, Martin Lawrence, uh, Bernie.
That's it. That's four.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I knew that's how we connect because Martin's on mine too. I'm curious though. Why no women?
It's just so tough for me. But don't get me wrong, I love being a woman. Like if you don't notice, like I love getting my nails done, eyebrows done. I do my own hair. I love doing my hair. I love dressing up, all of that, right? But for a long time I did not. I really only hung around boys. And that was because I had a goal, and my goal was to be a D1 basketball player. And in order to get nice, and in order to be, I lived in Long Island, but I played ball with girls in the city. And them bitches was always so nice because they was playing against dudes.
Hmm.
I know they say play like a girl, but no, when I was growing up, it was play like a boy.
Hmm.
That's what gets you nice. And I was always around niggas, like always. And I just relate with dudes. Like I could just relate to dudes better. Like, women were a little bit, they were a little bit more catty, not really into sports like that. So, it's just so relatable. I grew up around like a lot of men. Like that's just kind of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even believe we took this long to get into it, man. What who's running the music scene right now? Because for the longest in the '90s, it was New York, and now it's debatable if New
Shit.
York is even relevant.
Okay. So on three, let's say what's the most relevant city right now with music? One, two, three. Memphis.
Atlanta.
Oh.
You know what? That's a good point. I just heard that today that Memphis is running it, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I would say yes, but Memphis don't really have that many. Mm, they
You
don't really got
got
that many R&B singers though.
you talking about R&B.
Well, I've been talking about like music and just all like black music all together.
Oh, so then yeah, probably yeah.
But if we talking hip hop, definitely Memphis.
Yeah,
Definitely
because
Memphis.
they are just flying out like fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
that shit is crazy.
Yeah. But it's not even surprising though, because they had. I mean, when we was coming up, they had 3 6 Mafia, Project Pat, like,
True.
and we was bumping that. Like, I know I was for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm
the
just
but
hoping that they don't live in Memphis no more. Memphis, that's a rough city.
yeah, I couldn't do that. Mm-mm.
I'd be leaving as soon as I got that check. Scuffing down that bitch.
I
Shit.
didn't even know like it was that close to Mississippi, and I was like, oh,
That's dirty, dirty down there.
whoo, I don't feel safe because I had to drive to when I was moving to Texas, I had to drive, and it was like probably like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was driving to Mississippi. I was like, let me hurry up and get to my little rest stop because I don't feel safe right here.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I bet.
So do you feel okay? So I always ask people this, like when you go on stage, are you representing for you specifically? It would be like black people and women, or are you just going up there and you represent Ali?
I mean, I go up there, I'm just representing Allie, because my one of the reasons why I also started comedy is because people always told me like I was too much, like you too much, you talk too much, or you're too loud, or you're crass, things like that. And so being on stage allows me to be my true self and let my voice be heard. So it's about Allie up there. Yeah. Like I used to not talk about like familial things, like talking about my dad being an alcoholic. I recently just started because I'm like, fuck that dude. Like Why should I care about your feelings when you never cared about mine? I'm a joke on your dumb ass.
Mm-hmm. Do you? So I got a joke about my dad too, and some people like feel as if like I need a hug, and I'm like, nah, like we good. Like I can only talk about stuff that I'm healed from. So like
Right.
when you go on stage and you talk about certain individuals, do you take a second to pause and be like, hey, should I consult this individual, or are you just going up there and expressing like from your point of view?
Hell no. Why the fuck? Fuck your feelings. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah,
no. Hell to the no. No.
yeah.
You know though, but you have to wait until you're healed to talk about things. Because I tried after I was attacked, I tried to get back on stage and like talk about it immediately, and it just wasn't hitting because I'm not healed from it yet. You know what I'm saying? The case is still lingering. My feelings are still like really, really intense. So that joke, that'll come back maybe 5 months from now, maybe 5 years from now, maybe 10 years from now. I don't know, but it ain't ready now.
Mhm,
Sometimes
mhm.
you just got to know. And I have no problem with placing something in the back of my book and coming back to it. Just right now, it's not ready. You have to be ready. You have to be healed. All that.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm not, it comes out more bitter than funny,
Yes.
and I don't like it.
Yes.
It just sounds really weird. And my condolences for you being attacked. You said that a couple times.
Thank you.
I do want to acknowledge that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So going forward, um, so it's never like a point of this that's too much information. Like,
Honestly, yo, I told a joke about being molested as a child and they fucking loved it.
mm-hmm.
If that's not too much information, let it fly. I just let it fly.
Yeah.
I let it fly.
Those jokes be the hardest because you gotta find the funny. I think with me, well, one of the challenges I had was when my sister had passed away last year, and I had
Oh, I'm sorry.
oh no, I appreciate that, and she had passed away, and I was like, okay, I gotta find something out of this. So I had said that I'm the one that sold her the drugs because she was like, issues. So I was like, and at first it felt kind of weird, but then again, I'm like, wait, this is my sister, like. I know her, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if she was alive, she would think it would be funny, So, yeah. But
Wow.
I know you're not saying wow.
That's heavy. I'm sure your parents don't like that one too much. Are they alive? I feel like I'm
Yeah,
forgetting.
yeah, yeah. So they haven't
Oh,
heard it. They haven't heard it. But I was talking to my other sister, and I was like, if my niece was to hear this, would you think she would have a problem with it? So, like, my sister was like, I don't want to say strung out on drugs, but it's like she was on drugs, and my sister, my niece was like basically the one that like was taking care of her. Like my sister wasn't like not functional, but like if we need to get in contact with my sister, we would hit up my niece.
how
So
old was your sister?
like 42, I believe.
Oh, y'all niggas is up there. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, dang, like she took care of her essentially, like my sister. So I'm like, would that be a slap in the face, like if she was to hear like that joke, So I
Is
do.
it true?
Is it true? Mm-mm.
Oh,
Oh.
but that is funny though. Like,
Yeah. It is funny. Yeah, it is funny.
but it's like too soon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Or
funny.
not. I don't know. I mean, it depends on how you deliver it. How old is your niece?
My niece is like somewhere in her 20s.
I mean, she knows her uncle is a comedian. You gotta let shit fly. I mean,
Yeah.
this is very that you know what? In this situation, this is a rare situation where I'd be like, you have a good relationship with your niece.
No, I don't really see her like that. That's the
Man,
dilemma.
fuck that shit. Tell that motherfucker fuck if she hears, she hears. If she don't, she don't. You don't really speak to her or see her like that. So wait till how she gonna hear the joke. Unless you make it big and she hear the joke and she mad.
Right.
At that point, she can't even get in contact with you.
Right. See, my thing is like my thing is like this. Like I be thinking like that, and then I'll be like, will my sister like it? And as long as I feel like my sister would like it, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Right.
but no, how I do it is I just talk real slow, like my sister died, da da da, dee, 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 and then I hit them with the joke. But yeah, but that was like the first time I had tried that. There's other stuff that I want to try, but I'd be like, I don't think I'm ready yet.
Don't do it then.
With the writing style, with
Yeah.
the cleverness and all that type of stuff.
Some people will be like, they'll tell you, you got to get out there and you got to keep doing the joke and da da da, and that'll help you heal. And it's like, nah, nigga, I'm in therapy. I know. I'm I'm in therapy. If you can afford to go to therapy, like do that shit. Cause like
Yeah.
I'm just not ready to talk about it.
How long have you been in therapy?
I mean, I've been in and out of therapy since I was 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and this, I can talk about this freely. So basically, the attack occurred in the back of an Uber. I was on a date with a guy. It was a first date. Guy ended up being an alcoholic, being crazy. But 15 years ago, when I was 15, my father, who was also an alcoholic, punched me in my face in the back of a cab. So it's a lot of compounded trauma. So I'm like, all right, let me, so I was in therapy since then. Then I stopped for a little bit. Then I went back. So before this even happened, I was still in therapy every week. So now I was just continuing, you know what I'm saying? But the therapy that I was participating in before this happened was more so about self growth and professional growth, things like that. Now I'm healing from a trauma again. But I think that's more positive and effective for me than just going up on stage and putting it in my art and talking about it. Like some people use that as their therapy. That's not your fucking therapy. It could be a piece of it, but like, no, nigga, go to fucking therapy and hash that shit out. I don't want to be spreading my trauma onto other people, onto other comics, onto friends, onto, intimate partners. No, I want to figure this shit out. Because when you just go on stage and drink and smoke, all that shit, that doesn't really heal the wound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely suggest maybe mentorship, therapy, counseling, like, let it out.
I apologize if I'm assuming. How did you get to a place, or if you did, or if you even, whatever. Let me just ask the question. How
Yeah.
did you get to a place of like not feeling when the attack happened at Uber that it wasn't like your fault? Because it's like young, and this happened with my dad, and now I'm back in the same situation. Did you like take that on as guilt? Like how
Yeah.
did you process that?
Yeah. At first I took it on as like it's me. Like, fuck, like I'm the problem. Like, why doesn't anyone protect black women? Why do people hate black women so much? Because the Uber driver, that nigga unbuckled his seatbelt, was going to abandon me in his goddamn car. I'm like, nigga, you pay a monthly premium for this fucking car. You just gonna leave me in here with this nigga? Like, I was like, nobody gives a fuck about me. The only way, my dog saved my life that night. My dog saved my life. So that was like the thought process. But through, just talking to my therapist, like my therapist is fucking amazing, by the way. She was like, girl, it is not your fault that these men decide to be alcoholics and put hands on you, right? And then just my tribe, my friends, my family calling me every single day, texting me. My mother is like a godsend. My mom's fucking an angel. And she just like would text me words of affirmation, tell me she loves me, come over, bring me food, cook for me, like all types of shit. Like my aunt calling me on video chat. My best friends, like one of my best friends is a guy, Barry. He would call me every fucking day. How you doing? How you feeling? Like I went down there to stay with him and my other homeboy down in DC. Like my friends really never left my side. My family never left my side. So that's really where I was lifted up. Like I really hope again for comedians. If not, y'all could, I be taking in motherfuckers. You can rent my family, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm very grateful to have as many close friends as I have and as many family members that I have, because they're all so supportive, so loving. They held me up. They lifted me up when I was at my lowest point. Because at that point, I was like, I don't fucking matter. Like, I felt like I did not matter.
Mhm. You
So,
know.
that's kind of where I got it from. Like my family, my therapist, like just it took a tribe to get me to the point where okay, this ain't my fault. These niggas is just crazy.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
no, I definitely understand. I would have myself in a situation where, it was like, dang, we going through do this again, and I had to work through with my therapist, like to not to not take on their stuff, as she would
yeah,
say. Is it their stuff or your stuff? It is very hard. It's very hard.
yeah.
How did comedy help you? Were you still doing comedy at this time? Like, how did it?
No, I took like a month or two
Oh, that's right.
off.
You did say, yeah.
Yeah, I took some time off to heal and like get myself because nothing was funny to me. This
Yeah.
shit not funny. Like nothing was funny. I don't talk to my dad anymore either. So it was just a lot of just trauma and anger and just sadness. There was I want to say for like a month and a half. Yeah, like a month and a half, I woke up and cried every single day. I would cry
Mhm.
myself to sleep. I would wake up crying. I was having nightmares.
Mhm.
I wasn't sleeping. I'm still get like I just started like getting some sleep. But I had to, buy an indica, you know what I'm saying? I had to use agents to help me sleep because I still have nightmares here and there. It's a process. And I
Mhm.
like sharing this story because I like, suicide isn't an option for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get through it. It's okay. I like sharing this story because it's like, all right, shit happens to you, but like the late great Maya Angelou said, you can't always control the events that happen to you, but you can choose to not be reduced by them. So while I was in the house, crying and all that shit, here and there I would watch something and or see something, I'll write it down. You know what I'm saying? Still was writing while I was in my stupor. So it's comedians, we go through some shit. That's why we become comedians, so we can talk about it. At some point, I will be able to deliver this joke of that night so well. This nigga is farting. I'm sorry. It smells horrible. Why does it smell like that? Can you go somewhere else?
No, I can relate. I definitely understand the waking up
Yep.
crying yourself to sleep for a month. So my situation was basically like, my first sexual experience was with the woman, and it wasn't, with my permission,
Mm,
and my ex had uh and I'm glad that TV is talking about it now because I didn't know that this was it. My ex put me through the same sexual experience with like giving me an STD with her knowing, so that like really like shook me up. And I didn't have no choice but to stop doing comedy because the pandemic was going on. But um I remember those nights too, waking up crying and just having so much hate. Like, do you ever like in that time of your grieving process, did you ever were you ever so angry that you woke up? Yeah. And
I was
and
so
it's
angry I wasn't even sleeping.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shit.
I had lost like 30 pounds because I wasn't eating. It was very hard to eat to function. And then when I did go back to the stage, I wasn't even writing. I was just be like, I would just come up with four things that like while I'm in the club and be like, all right, this is what I'm gonna talk about. And
Mm,
that's how people say I got good crowd work, but I was doing that for like a good maybe 6 months, maybe. Just and that's how I can say I got good at it because I was just like not in a good headspace to even want to write. So I was
mm,
just like, fuck it. Like I'm just going, but I still wanted to do it because it was helping me out instead of me being at home and like thinking about everything. Like it gave me
yeah.
some solace and some peace of mind. And that's when I realized like doing comedy is hard because like, yeah, we here to entertain you and make you laugh, but god dang it, we got some stuff going on too.
Yo, cause if your mind ain't right, like it's hard to perform. Like that's how it was. Like when I played ball, like going through that shit with my father. When I went into college, I had an order of protection against my father. Remember, so because it was a 4-year order of protection, so that happened when I was 15. It wasn't up until my sophomore year of college. So I feel that, yeah. And it was tough at times to perform because I would had all these things going on in my head, like, oh fuck, like, you know. Um, so it's tough. But I allow myself, like, and that's why I always mention Amy Hawthorne. She was the manager at New York Comedy Club. Every week after it happened, because I had to let them know because this crazy motherfucker went to the comedy club. It's another thing about being a public figure, but not being famous like that yet. When you don't have ample security on your side, you know, you got to let motherfuckers know. So I had to let her know about what happened. Every single week that I was not there, she texted me and asked me how I was doing. That's not even comedy shit. That's how are you doing as a person?
Mm-hmm.
And I respect that. You know, sometimes you just got to take a break. You can't just, like, some niggas was like, oh, well, you know, sometimes you just got to get on stage and keep going, keep going, keep going. No, nigga. I couldn't even leave the house because, and this is probably a totally different experience than what other people experience when they're depressed. But like, I was taking like 3 or 4 showers a day because I thought it would make me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like showering. I was just get up, shower. Like it was excessive. It was excessive. Like that was like a thing that I was doing. Like, oh, it'll clean me out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm showering 4 times a day, where I'm going?
Right.
I ain't going to tell no jokes. This booty was squeaky. But there are different things that people do when they are in a depressed, like, mental state. So, you know, you kind of got to give people that. I'm glad I took 2 months off. I'm glad. Because I don't think I wouldn't have been efficient on stage. It wouldn't have been good.
Yeah. I felt like a soccer mom because the weirdest thing I did was I started to watch. I literally got through all of Grey's Anatomy. Like my depression.
Were you crying too on episodes?
Oh yeah, I'm an emotional guy. I'll cry at a drop of a
When's
hat.
your birthday? Are you a Cancer?
My birthday's on Christmas. That's
So,
Capricorn.
oh yeah, you're a Cap. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like when I was depressed, going through all that, I would watch Grey's Anatomy all freaking day. I'm like, what in the world? I was like, this really is a good show. All right.
Yo, that's so funny you say that because my anxiety/depression show is Parks and Recreation. I could watch it over and over and over again because it just makes me happy. Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about? And we're starting to get them, but we really, for a minute there, we didn't really have like just a black, stupid, funny show.
Yeah.
But they are starting to pop up. Do you watch Southside?
No, but I did watch Blackish. Blackish was great.
Okay. Yeah. You definitely have to watch Southside.
Did you watch Bust Down?
I did. I didn't. What? Did I finish it? I don't think I finished it, but yeah, I did.
Bust Down was phenomenal. R.I.P. Jack Knight. Jesus Christ.
I think we still got some episodes to watch, me and my girl, but the funniest episode that I've seen so far was the one when they was in the church.
Oh God, yes. Was that the funniest one? I think every episode with Freddie Gibbs in it was hilarious because I think Freddie Gibbs is the funniest nigga on the planet Earth. Like, who is this nigga? Like, he's so fucking funny to me. Like, are you a Freddie Gibbs? Like, you listen to his rap too?
Yeah, I'm a Freddie Gibbs fan.
His bars are even funny. Like, he's just funny.
Yeah,
he's goofy. He's a goofy.
But he dropped down on me a little bit though, because when this year, me and my girl went to Coachella and we went to go see him, and he was just being a straight nigga. Like he didn't even know what song he was gonna do next. I'm like, bro, I'm standing right now. I need you to know, like, you sitting here like, what song we gonna do next? I think we should do this. What y'all want to hear? I'm like, my nigga.
Oh no,
come on. It's 9:00. Like,
oh no, that's unprofessional. You know who's fired? You know who I got to see at Rolling Loud? Fucking Future.
Did you like it?
Oh, he came out. I just fuck you. Nigga, I wasn't even mad that I was standing in a crowd of funky white people. When he started to drop that shit, I was like, "Oh my goodness!" You gotta have my.
Who's your favorite rapper?
Of all time, Jay-Z.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Yes.
Mine's just
No
Tupac.
hesitation. Who's yours?
Tupac.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Mine's just Tupac. Currently,
Not
right
bad.
now, my favorite rapper is definitely. I mean, I love Kendrick. Don't get it twisted, but I just connect more with J. Cole.
Interesting. My favorite rapper right now is definitely Tyler, the Creator.
Why Tyler?
Well, a lot of people don't know this side of me because I don't let it out, but I'm definitely fucking weird as shit.
Where did you get that? Like,
This is an interesting story. So there's this like professional clockmaker, like I guess I think it was. I don't remember. And then my ex, he knew how much I love Tyler. And it's actually a working clock. I just don't know how to figure it out. But anyways, I have to put a battery in it. That would probably help. Anyways, and my ex was friends with this guy, and he asked him to make this for me, and then he signed it too on the back. So this is probably worth a lot of money. And yeah, that's how I got it.
that was nice. That was nice. And also a nice play by the ex. He's like, you're gonna remember me. I'm gonna make sure. Every time you want to see what time it is.
Well, he fucked that up. I was the woman that he wanted to marry, but yo, he fucked that up royally. If you put hands on me, it's over. I'm not coming back. I'm not.
As you should. As you shouldn't. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'm just not. So it'd be like that. But Tyler, the Creator, I go see him every year. By myself if I need to.
Would you ever go see him overseas?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Hell yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good experience.
I would like to put his penis on my forehead. Yes.
All right.
Tyler,
it's such a weird request. Penis on the forehead. Penis on the forehead right here.
He's fucking here talking about fornicating in his songs and shit. He's crazy. He is so crazy, but he's talented as fuck.
Yeah, I got hit to Tyler late, but he is really, really good. Another rapper I was gonna say, I just didn't say him because he's not. I don't know if he consider himself a rapper. I more so consider him an artist. Man, is Anderson .Paak.
Oh man, he is so talented.
Yeah, man. Very good.
I grew up with a lot of musicians in my family. Like my uncle, he plays pretty much every instrument, and just seeing Anderson .Paak, like it's giving Prince.
Yeah, like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love that dude. That dude really talented.
Yes,
Ali, man, before we get up out of here, what like words of encouragement do you have for any comedians that's listening to this podcast? Not even just comedians, Black women, Black people. Any words of encouragement that you got?
Let your voice be heard. Don't hold back. Vote. Exercise your right, especially as a Black woman or a Black man, because at one point in our history we were not able to vote. So fucking do your research and fucking vote, especially locally. It matters. They hear you, they see you. They're usually your neighbors. Also, like I said, my favorite quote by Maya Angelou is, you cannot control the events that happen to you, but you can choose to not be reduced by them. Just keep fighting. Keep going. Whatever you do, don't give up.
That is true about the voting locally, because the person that represents my district, I don't even know, but he lives in my apartment complex. I was like, nigga, you live here?
Yes.
He's like,
yes. And I hate when people be like, oh, I don't know anything about the candidates. Well, bitch, you go on Yelp, you go on Google to find out about your food, about news. Literally, the candidates is all on one page. They have a one-pager, bitch. She's like, I can't even pick the right baby daddy. Bitch, that's different. You don't know Tyrone's one-pager because you just opened your leg. He didn't give you a one page. He gave you dick and probably a little bit of herpes.
You know, people are like okay with having herpes now. Like it's just a rash.
So, anyways, thank you for.
I don't have it. It's just what I'm hearing. Like it's just it's just a rash. Just take medication. I'm like, really? Huh? Because in college, that was I don't want to get herpes. I don't want that. That was the biggest thing.
Okay, so then I gotta say one more thing. Use fucking protection and ask people for their rap sheets. God damn
Yeah,
it.
people really get offended by that. Or they and okay, I'll add this. If they say, "Yeah, I'm clean," okay, proof. It's all on apps now. It's all on apps. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Ali, tell people why they should listen to comedians in bed.
Oh my God. We really had a great episode. We talked about everything. You're extremely talented. Just the interview flow was great. Like, I love this show. This is great. I'm gonna watch other episodes too because you're very vulnerable, you're very personable, and this show is gonna go far. Can't wait to be a guest again.
Man, we're glad to have you on the show and thank you for those kind words. Ali, tell people where they can find you at.
I am at Allie Leftridge, as you can see at the bottom, on Instagram. Same thing on Twitter. And that's kind of it, really. If you want to come see me perform, DM me. I will probably be in a city near you sooner rather than later.
Hey, that's what we like to hear, man. If you want to keep watching these episodes, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Ty Erskine. Also, you can subscribe to this audioly. I don't even know if that's a word, but wherever you listen to podcasts, you can subscribe. We thank you guys for listening. Ali, we thank you so much. Go ahead and give her a follow. She is single with no kids and she got a career. All right. She live in New York, so she got some bread. All right. So go ahead. Hit her up. All right. Let's protect Black women. Ali, we thank you so much. And she got dogs too. Look at look at him.
Hey,
Oh, he like, what you got? You get that thing out my face.
you better come correct or else I'll stick my dog on you. I'm just kidding.
Thank you, Ali, for joining us this week on Comedians in Bed. Guys, see you guys.